Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between tEtSuBo and me here on Kulas Ravine. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss matchup here on Kulas Ravine. Sorry if I slip up any of my words. I'm having a pretty difficult time right now with everything, and give me one moment as I step away from the computer for just 1 second. So, alright, not much really to talk about here. tEtSuBo spawning as the red Protoss player on the bottom right hand side. Meanwhile, we have me spawning on the bottom left hand side as the Terran player, the traditional Terran player here on Kulas Ravine. On Kulas Ravine, as a Terran player, I really like the power of Marauders. Marauders just seem to be the perfect unit on this map. Excuse me, you don't have to really deal with terrain, shooting uphill, and Stalker is able to shoot back down as well. So, you know, it just really works out fairly well. tEtSuBo, you know, I think I'm calling him tEtSuBo just because that is a very, very common Japanese anime name. Back over here, gonna go ahead and lay down a barracks and try to complete this front door, making sure that no probes and no units can really come on in here that easily. We now see a probe now just trying to scout in the wrong direction, so I'll be able to set up this base fairly easily, as I also get a gas up and running as well. Back over here at tEtSuBo, I can't even. Okay, it's much more difficult when your cheeks are swollen like a chipmunk. Yes, I'm still recovering from the surgery, and yeah, it's very, very difficult name. I'm just gonna try to call him the Protoss player, or T, from now on. Hopefully that will be easier. And so back over here, you can see supply depot being placed down, barracks being placed down over here, trying to get that early refinery, or getting that early refinery so I can get that early tech lab. I'm gonna go ahead and lift off that barracks and then place it back down over here. Still completing this wall in just a moment, waiting for that last 50 minerals. There we go. Gonna go ahead and place that tech lab down, and now that probe will still be unable to really get inside the space. Back over here, Cybernetics core now being placed down as well, and so getting a pylon and then a Cybernetics core, waiting until getting an additional minerals to train that stalker. That stalker ever so important. Back over here, my SCV now scouting in the wrong direction as well, not going to be able to find my opponent nearly that easily, as I'm now getting the second refinery as well. So did I do the... I think I only have two SCVs on this one. Yeah, I only have 2 SCVs on the second refinery, so a little bit of a mistake there for me. So hopefully I don't get too gas locked as I'm analyzing and trying to figure out what I did right and wrong in this particular replay. Don't remember all the details of this replay. Back over here, we now see sentries now being trained up, as we have the warp gate research also being researched as well. Back over here, you can see a factory now being laid down. Marauder running around on the inside of the base, not really doing much, and now I'm going to start destroying these backdoor destructible rocks. The backdoor destructible rocks, very, very nice for a Terran player, as it is a high ground expansion that is also protected by destructible rocks as well. You can also, as a Terran player, all you need is one siege tank sitting here, and it is fairly difficult for Protoss players or any of your opponents to try to really push on into here, just because they do not know what is up here, and they don't want to deal with some Marauders that may be laying in wait as well. So we may see that later. Marauders now just taking on this destructible rock. Back over here, an SCV and a probe duking it out. Peppy the probe able to escape at the perfect timing, down to zero shields, as the SCV now trying to chase SCV coming back around, and now we have a sentry coming in as well. So the sentry may be able to take down this SCV, able to get in one of those quick hits. I wonder what the attack rate on the sentry is actually fairly fast. So the attack rate on a sentry is faster than the attack rate on a Marauder, so that may be one of the reasons why. And now SCV duking it out with another probe. Sentry may be able to get that final kill off. No, unable to get that kill, as now a second barracks now being placed down. Marauders now taking down this last set of destructible rocks over here. So I have 4 Marauders. Taking a look at the production tab, getting siege tech, and also training up a siege tank as well. Back over here, you can see T, the Protoss player, now getting a forge, running off of 3 warp gates, and training up some zealots as well. His army was only consisting of 2 zealots and 2 sentries, so a fairly decent sized army. And now Stalkers now coming in as well, so Stalkers maybe trying to push in on this backdoor rock. So you can already see the Stalkers trying to push in over here, shooting it down. I already have these rocks destroyed, but I have not moved up to that high ground just quite yet. Moving in, I do in fact have an engineering bay, and I'm trying to destroy these rocks. So both of us playing off of trying to destroy as many rocks as quickly as possible. Zealots dealing damage at 1.2, Stalkers at 1.44. Okay, so just important things to note and things for me to remember back over here. This pylon still warping in plenty of units for the Protoss player, and he will be able to destroy these backdoor rocks fairly easily as these sentries and these zealots dishing out this damage back over here. You can see my army consisting of 800 compared to his 775, so it is going to be fairly even. And he's also getting the level 1 weapons upgrade. These rocks have now been destroyed. Going to go ahead and move up one of these marauders over here to try to activate this El Naga watchtower, as these rocks have already been destroyed, and he's going to be able to walk on straight in. I did not get any units up on here, and that is a very, very large army for me to deal with, and it's going to be fairly difficult, as these zealots and those sentries are just going to be able to walk on in. I do not have a strong enough army, and this is already looking pretty bad as I accidentally rewind it. And so here it is. Stalker sentry is going to come back in again and laying down a command center, 1 siege tank, and this is all that's really left in my army here. So Stalker is now coming in, siege tank going to come in, get in one quick blast and try to hold off this whole entire attack. SCV is pulling away, trying to save themselves. Orbital command now being moved out, as well as more marauders and more siege tanks coming in. And now just trying to use these siege tanks with that range, just trying to pull them within range constantly, and now using that kiting ability of those marauders. So marauders are able to get off a couple quick hits, and now continuing to dish it out as well, just trying to hold this off. So these stalkers are just disrupting my mining very, very effectively. I'm not able to mine anything, but I'm able to use a couple of these marauders focusing units, able to take down another unit there. And now those stalkers, those zealots do not want to stay within that engagement because there's too many marauders to deal with, especially with some siege tanks as well. So all of these SCVs are going to go ahead and head back to work, try to begin to mine some more as I activate this El Naga watchtower and keep track of my backdoor. This backdoor now just so exposed. Army-wise, both sides' armies are fairly even. However, his economy is definitely stronger, sitting at 34 harvesters compared to my 21. But I do, in fact, have my second command center now up, so I will be able to start training up some units and place them up over here. My opponent, however, tEtSuBo, the Protoss player, now taking his natural expansion, and will be able to start mining out from there fairly easily as well. And since I did already take down these backdoor rocks, I want to go ahead and move up into here and try to start blasting away, try to take down this nexus. If I can take down this nexus, it's going to be fairly nice. Also, I had 1 siege tank sitting here, so this 1 siege tank just held off this entire army because he did not want to try to deal with it. I'm going to go ahead and then siege up this high ground over here, and now I see these marauders and these siege tanks now going to be moving in. I do not have a siege tank here, so this is looking to be a fairly bad positioning for me here. And now these units are all stuck. Going to start blasting away. They're going to try to move on in, and now siege tanks moving in. So, however, my marauders were coming in from the backside, and now these zealots are stuck on the wrong side. So all I'm doing is fighting against these stalkers. So those stalkers are taking a lot of damage as well. These zealots unable to really get into that engagement, and once they're able to get into that engagement, they're still being slowed down by this concussive shell over here as this siege tank now blasting away at this nexus. So I'm trying to kite to the best of my ability, kite all of these zealots. Zealots getting taken down. Down another one goes. Oh, actually, I think I messed up there. There we go. I lost another marauder needlessly, and as now I'm trying to mine up and macro up even further. So training up more SCVs, training up SCVs from here, and I believe from here as well. I have also a couple idle SCVs, so a little bit of a mistake there. And now there's an observer sitting overhead, so the observer now going to be able to take down these stalkers. I'm trying to pull back this siege tank, unable to avoid that last attack. 1 marauder sitting up here dealing damage against these units, and this nexus almost taken down. This nexus was down to 280 hit points as more stalkers now coming in trying to take down these destructible rocks. I do not want to really fight against these zealots or those stalkers, so I'm going to go ahead and try to regroup once again. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between me and this Protoss player here on Kulas Ravine.